Right, and welcome to my walkthrough for the Snow Temple, the Snowtop Village, defending one of the shrines, and getting a couple of the elemental warriors. So that should include Flex, 40 Below, and Snare. And yes, I hope you enjoy. This is basically just me running from the water temple or mountain falls to the Snowtop Village, which you can sort of see is green on the map. So they're all still fighting, I think, because I've only just saved the last elemental shrine. The thing about the Eye of Spirit as well is it replenishes your charge abilities quickly, because it takes forever to get across the Badlands if you're not in a full-on charge. I do wonder if it's worth having a quick nosy at the houses, or if I should do that later. Yeah, I'll do it later. I'm sort of thinking of how I should go through it, but sometimes it's easier if you've got a couple more warriors in your hands. Right, so we have just headed into the Snowtop Village. Right, so that is the Shadow Troll with Flex. So we basically need to hunt him down.
If we're to explore this area thoroughly, we'll need some new abilities. Reach the Shadow Troll and defeat it so we can add Flex to your arsenal.
With this area, you will find that a lot of the branches contain sort of like coconut fruit, that kind of thing. So it's always helpful to just keep looking up. I will attempt to get most of the fruits on this level. But sort of separately, the egg thing I've just knocked down here, you need to use that to open this sort of tunnel up, because it's all blocked up with this stone, but you've only got a certain amount of time before they blow up. There we go, that's successfully done that. And with any blocks of ice, just thaw them all out, because you might get fruit, you never know. So just I throw out these couple quickly, but this is what I mean. So basically, shoot at any things hanging down from trees, as you may find that some of them have elemental fruit. Again, I'm going to try and show you most of them on this map. See that one, because it's not overhanging, it won't have any fruit in, because where's the fruit going to drop to, you know? It always helps to just melt all the ice blocks. But again, that won't have fruit because it's not overhanging anything. So if I hit that one just to prove a point. These ones, they may do, but unfortunately not. But it doesn't hurt to just try these things out, and you get some free money anyway. Right, so this woman, she's unhappy because her daughter's gone missing.
One of the dragons has gone berserk and abducted my little girl. Please, do something to help if you can.
There you go, you can sort of see him flying around there. And what does help is that as you sort of scale the mountain, as you sort of explore, it naturally brings you to the areas the dragon flies off to anyway. So I will try and do it in as much order as I can.
Without my little sister around.
So
I don't
that's
have
just
anyone to
one
play
of the little
with.
side characters. Let's go to smash some pots, get some money. But yes, I will try and sort of scale the mountain in as much sort of competent order as I can, so that you can sort of complete all the little checkpoints and side missions, etc., sort of as efficiently as possible. Again, try and melt as many ice blocks as you can, hit all the fruit. I had a slightly dodgy angle there. I need to move a bit to reach that one.
That's fun. That's fun.
Just got some money out of that, no fruit. But, you know, it's always worth doing. Just get a bit more money from the ice. Just over here, they're sort of throwing this snowball fight. And those sucky blue things up there, you can grab onto those with Flex, who is the elemental warrior inside the shadow troll that he's telling you to go and chase down. It's always helpful to go in the houses on each map just to sort of see if there's any side quests, etc. Annoyingly, the Snowtop Schoolhouse doesn't have a side quest, which, to be honest, it's fairly rare. So yeah, it doesn't hurt to just sort of amble around. So there's the little girl that's been abducted by the dragon, and he's now going to fly to another part of the map with her. And you have to hit him 3 times, I think, off the top of my head. And then, when she's rescued, the woman that you spoke to at the beginning, she'll give you a fruit. Right, so with this guy, he will give you a prize if you melt whatever's in the ice. Sometimes it's bugs, sometimes it's fruit. Well, you'll only get the fruit the once. It's usually the ice block to the left of him. To sort of prove a point, I'll melt, I don't know, so this one in the middle. You see, always going to be bugs. Kill that before it squishes me because they're quite annoying. So, here you go, we'll try again. Yeah, the one to the left of him should always contain the fruit.
A special prize.
Although this only works once, he's not going to give you endless fruit, you know.
Marvelous.
This village, like every other village on the map, will have a secret sort of signpost thing, which will lead you eventually to a fruit. I will try and do them sort of in order as I'm sort of working my way up the map. So the first one is next to the shop, you know, where they sell you fruits, skins, that kind of thing. But yes, I'll try and keep it in order with all the other stuff I'm doing. I don't even know how I managed to fall off that, but there you go. It helps if you just sort of turn straight back to Kameo after climbing that wall, because Chilla can be a bit clumsy in tight spaces.
There is nothing quite like the allure of class to draw one to a boutique, is there? And how much will you be spending today?
Right, so the next stand is round the back of the stall.
I haven't seen.
So there you go.
Only the purest elixirs.
And what you need to do is you need to wake this dragon up with this, I think they call it the boom boom plant or something like that. So basically just run, throw it, and he'll come out with one of those egg bomb thingies that you have to use to blow up rocks in the way. With the thing I've just thrown, it doesn't work unless you're running when you throw it. So if you just pick it up and put it down, it doesn't do anything. So you have to make sure you're running.
Come and shop in style.
With the egg things, because you've only got a certain lifespan on them, nice free fruit.
I wonder
I think that was where I'd hit one of the branches. So again, you always got to keep looking at the fruit. This bit is awful to navigate. The thing is, if you do that, like with Major Room, like sure it moves it quickly, but then you've just sent it down the gap, and you need to sort of get it round the other edge. Well, I did that to prove a point as to like why you shouldn't do that.
Come and shop in style.
So if you can, you want to try and get the dragon as he's flying close to the entrance, just to sort of buy yourself the most time. Again, see with Major Room, he's not big enough to move it without just sort of it going all over the place. Personally, my favourite one to use is Ash, although you have to be careful once you get through this tunnel, as Ash is a little bit too clumsy. So you sort of do it very carefully, slowly. But again, you've not got much time. So there you go, I've just done a last minute dash as it was flashing red. Get a bit of money. Again, make sure you melt all the ice blocks. I think on the free fruit, I think the floor above, there's someone that's melted within the ice, so you do get given a fruit. So there you go, the girl's gone up again. So I should show you where the dragon has disappeared to next. So that is where we began the level, so where the girl's mum is. But I'm just going to explore a little bit more of the map before I go back there, just to sort of, you know, help you get a feel for it. So, let's change my angle there. Don't use Major Room. Again, my favourite is just use Ash, sort of get it towards, as far towards the end as you can. And this bit, it might be useful to either do it as Kameo or someone with a bit more dexterity, just so it doesn't go flying off the edge. Because the amount of times I've done that and just lost it down the edge is just so frustrating. So one of these ice cubes will hold a frozen villager whose wife was sort of looking a little bit sad in the bit that we've just come from. I think from memory it's this one. There we go. So he's going to go back to her and she'll give you a fruit.
I warned you not to go wandering off, you wrinkly old dope. Get back here this instant. And you can have this for your trouble.
Let's just melt the last one out of curiosity, but I know it's just going to have a bug. There we go. That's what you get for being nosy. I'm having a quick look for some fruits up in the trees, but there's nothing worth shooting.
I think I'll have a quick nap.
But there's the fruit for rescuing the guy in the ice. There you go, they're all happy looking together again. Right, so you can just sort of jump between the levels, just make sure you keep pulling the right trigger so you don't sort of go splat. So again, come right down to the bottom. Sort of, you should recognise this is sort of the bottom level. Right, so this bit is where the dragon and the little girl will be. There you go. The last shot should return her to her mother. There you go, she'll be all happy about that.
Lizzie! Oh, my little dear. I thought I'd never see you again. We don't have much to reward you for your kindness, except this.
Let's play a new game.
There you go, 1 free fruit.
You'd better watch out.
They're all a bunch of weirdos.
Around here, there is one of the elixir of lives, and it is horrible to get to. Yeah, you can sort of see it bobbing around over there. Yeah, so I think the first time I did this, it took me about 10-15 goes. I'll probably won't happen if you just dash over, which you will fall. You sort of have to do this thing where you do a double hop and then a dash. But if you just dash, you just go straight over the other edge. And get up sort of back where the warp appears, so you've got to travel all the way back. So, glitch there. Yeah, so you press hop, so the left one, and whilst you're in mid-air, you press hop again, and then you hold down the right trigger for dash and push the joystick forward whilst you're doing it. It's the only way you can do it, it's impossible. I mean, going back's easy, you just dash back, which is so annoying. But sort of throughout this series, I did promise that I would get you all 12 elixir of lives, and so we must be dealing. Yeah, we have to do that. Right, so back on track. This is the way to Flex's Shadow Well. But I think one of the mystery fruit signs is down this way. I have to sort of melt the ice blocks, see if there's anything in them. Nope. Oh, but they've got a nice fruit there. There we go. And right next to it is the sign as to where the next mystery fruit is. From memory, I think it points you towards the avalanche. There we go. Which you can sort of see from the distance, but again, I will tackle it sort of in the order that we sort of do the map. So when you're tackling these walls, it's easy to just jump up them. It's so slow if you just climb up them without holding down RT. And sometimes you can also avoid the bugs, which is nice and handy. Again, you can see those sort of little blue sucker things to the left, which you use for flex. These ice paths you have to use with 40 below, you can't use them with any other elemental creature, so you don't have them yet, so definitely don't go on them. Alright, so there goes Flex's Shadow Troll. And annoyingly, it's been blocked with a big rock. And I think you're going to have to find one of those annoying dragon egg things to blow up.
Only brave explorers like myself. Who knows? Maybe I'll even find somewhere new for my tribe to build homes and settle down.
It's always nice to chat to these people because, you know, it's better than talking to trolls who obviously won't talk back. With trolls, best approach is just fire. And if it's a fire troll, then obviously don't use fire, use water. But these ones, they do burn pretty easily, except when they're doing that annoying spinny thing. If they're doing that, just sort of light yourself a little incinerator, So LT and RT, and then LT and RT again, and they tend to just caught up in it, and well, you saw what happened. Just quickly get rid of him.
Advice. Walk with me through the whatnot.
Right, so the dragon over there, he's holding the egg that I need. And so there's the rock. You have to sort of get chiller and sort of get the best angle you can. So you want to get that egg sort of as close as you can, because I kid you not, like, sometimes this takes me 4 or 5 attempts if you don't get lucky. But try and edge it as close as I can just so it explodes. Oh, thank God for that. And into this shadow world we go. And this one, he will start summoning sort of flaming skulls that spontaneously explode. So you will get a warning, sort of, it will sort of appear as like a column of whooshing air. Oh, there you go. Basically, when that happens, move away from it. You can see the sort of the heads bobbing there, some more are going to appear there, and then they sort of like pulse a bit and then they explode. So, what's destroy the light creatures, but you can't stand too near the bats, otherwise they sort of basically knock it out of you. So there's no point in going for that, like you see. Basically you've got to wait for the next one. Another thing to bear in mind is that sure you can get caught by these guys, but if you stand too close to the big shadow troll, he can also pick you up and sort of drain your life force. So it is important that he can do these things, because the amount of times I've just become complacent and gone, oh yeah, I can stand here. Aim and shoot. But with the shadow realms it's very much a rinse and repeat. Kill the light trolls. I'm trying to figure out where he's from. Because he's crawling around on the floor, I'm going to lose this. Because you've only got a certain amount of time before you can throw them, otherwise they just sort of float away. So sometimes that's why I sort of discard them in like a very frenzied attempt to hit him. Because it's either try and maybe fail or just lose the souls. It's easy when you've got them on, even if you're not planning to hit him, because you can sort of see the other trolls a bit easier. You can sort of see the warning signs. So, for example, of exploding skulls. And you can also see a little bit easier where the shadow troll is crawling around on the map. I'm not gonna lie, this is probably one of my most hated Shadow Realms, purely because sort of how explosive they are, because it's sort of like, they're already annoying when they're, you know, little skulls on fire, and then they explode into loads of little ones. It's just, you can't get away from them. But he's only got one hit left, I think, if I can actually find him. I mean, you're just trying to move around and avoid being killed, and then these annoying skulls keep exploding. There we go, finally caught him. So we should change it into Flex. Sort of give him his various upgrades. But first off, I will show you his skins. Sort of, that's my favourite one. The little balloons, they're just so cute. There you go. Go back to my favourite skin and give him some upgrades. But that is why I'm trying to show you how to get as many fruits as you can, just so you can sort of afford to give all your elemental warriors upgrades. So you see these little blue things with the tongues, only Flex can grab hold of those. So I think they intend to put them around the cave so you can basically get some practice before you leave. Because the entrance has been blocked, we use this one to escape basically. And what it will do now is it will show you the Shadow Troll for 40 below, I believe. Just wait for it to show you the whole map first. All the way back to the beginning. And basically you've got to go climb another sort of avalanche cliff. There you go, there's 40 below hidden inside the Shadow Troll.
To reach the Snow Temple and find Yeros, we'll need to make use of the icy paths. Legends say that 40 below could walk along them, so let's get him
back. So what I'm going to do is, I'll just explain briefly. You sort of aim with left and right triggers, and when the circle goes small, it basically means that you can let go and he'll fling up. But we'll move on to the next part of the map.
I can't help feeling something's brewing out on the Badlands. Well, it's probably just my mind playing tricks on me. We have a Shadow Troll to hunt down, so let's press onwards.
But spoiler alert, don't even bother trying to go after 40 below here. What's happening is one of the elemental shrines is under attack in the Badlands. So you have to go sort of right to the beginning of the map. So like where the dragon drops the girl at the end, so all the way back there. So we're just going to drop down all the way. Again, keep pulling RT if you don't want to land flat on your face. It should give you a cutscene around now, which proves that actually he was right, there is something happening in the Badlands. Yep. Here we go.
I knew it. An elemental shrine is under attack. We have no choice but to break off pursuit of the Shadow Troll and return to the Badlands before it's too late. We've come too far to let the elemental shrine be destroyed without a fight. Do whatever you can to take out those infernal catapults. There may be some ammunition that we can use near the shrine itself.
I don't really like taking the horse with me to sort of defend the elemental shrines, just because people end up, well, mostly trolls end up jumping on it and running away with them, which can be really inconvenient. You do always get him back, right? If you sort of visit a village or house or something, you do end up getting the horse back, but it's the principle, you know. And it's fairly close. You can sort of see the red dot flashing on the map, so I just tend to fly there. So with this bit you're meant to charge up it with your horse, but because I haven't bought a horse, I'm going to use a combination of ash and deep blue, so I'll get lots of kills in. Again, you literally just have to exist as ash and then quickly change to deep blue and hold down LT for the slick move. And it's sort of a combination of ash's fire with deep blue's oil basically creates like a nice lava bomb. I'm just going to reassign the Eye of Spirit just so I can get some more sort of spirit bar, yeah. So finish off the last of them. And basically around here they've got little catapults, and you need to make sure that these little bomb things are inside them, and then they'll just be set off automatically.
Like some advice.
It is up to you which characters you use to sort of get the bombs to the catapult. I find that Ash and Deep Blue are very good for moving it towards the base of the ramp, just because Majoring can be a bit clumsy. So yeah, you'll see me prefer those two, but once it gets to the bottom of the ramp, make sure you use Major Rune to sort of do a dash, and it will sort of go nicely into the middle. I mean, I chose a bad time to say that, but you know. There we go, and that should then go. And that's the final one defeated, so we can go back to the Snowtop village. Again, there's a strong theory that's King Solon.
I'm starting to see something of Solon's spirit in you after all. Come on, leave the stragglers to our troops and let's get back to the Snowtop village. Yeros is counting on us.
Just a quick visit of the houses around here. They've not got anything sort of too much of interest, but it's always good to sort of get some free money.
Go away.
Right, so remember I explained earlier, you've got those things with the sucker tongues. You can use flex to sort of jump across if you didn't fancy the journey across to the other branch. But we have sort of seen this bit before. So you probably recognise this from earlier. Yeah, with these it's very much rinse and repeat, wait for the circle to go small and let go. And just keep doing that until you've got all the way across. And at the bottom of here should be the next sign. There we go. From memory, I think the final one is... Oh, there you go, it's near Olea. So that's just in front of the entrance to the Snow Temple, so that's actually very good climbing for us. This part of the mountain is a little bit painful to climb. Sort of every time you see a gap, just melt the block with ash. You never know, I get some money, hearts, fruit, etc. And you sort of see those big mounds on there. That's basically where the big balls of snow are going to keep falling. So don't loiter in them for too long, because you basically get hit and end up falling off the other side. That's 3 hearts. I've moved too far forward there, I need to go back to get a better aim. She says. There you go. And one more block of ice. And there you go, we've reached the top.
I'm surprised to see anyone else up this high. I got up here using the ice pots, but only certain creatures like ourselves. What's that?
These trolls they're a little bit annoying, but sort of once you get the hang of them, they're fairly easy. Again, there's a lot of hanging fruit up here, and I know that one of these contains fruit, so just basically hit all of them, but hopefully me doing this for you will tell you exactly which one you need to hit. So sort of with the troll that's sort of hovering around, his shield will glow sort of a blue when he's about to strike. That's when you quickly press LT and RT together, quickly change to ash, and sort of keep using Inferno on him before he has a chance to get back up, because if he does have a chance to get up again, he just pulls his little shield back up, and then you have to do the whole thing all over again. Now I have a funny feeling that this one contains the fruit. Yay! Okay, I've done all the hunting for you. Now I know that one of these ice blocks near 40 Below Shadow Well has fruit in it, so there you go. Another one to add to your inventory, and down the Shadow Well we go. I find this one a little easier than Flex's one, just because there's no sort of flaming heads exploding all over the place. So with this one, the Shadow Troll splits into 3, but only one of them is one that you can hit. So once you're wearing the Light Soul thing, oh, so I'm not going to do that. So once you're wearing the little Light Soul thing, you'll be able to see that one of them's actually darker than the others. Let me just get myself through here. Go pick this up. I need a good view of him. See, there you go. Only one of them is black. Very much a rinse and repeat, just sort of keep killing the light souls, stay far enough away from him that he doesn't pick you up and strangle you, but yeah, just sort of keep killing the little light souls and keep aiming for the Shadow Troll. Just make sure you aim for the darkest Shadow Troll, as the others are sort of like his shadows, so you saw when he split into 3, you've got to make sure you go for the darkest one of the 3. We've now secured 40 Below, so let's go grab him.
Below.
One thing that 40 Below can do that the others can't do is break open these stone chests. They've usually sort of got a bit more money in them, and every now and again you'll find one with fruit in, which is always very handy. So I think one of these 2 contains fruit. There we go. Whilst we're here, we should give him a few upgrades.
Check your current objective in this part of the book.
you do have all the usual sort of extra skins. I don't really have a favourite with 40 Below. I'm sure there's one that you can unlock out in the Badlands or something, where it's quite a nice sort of like black sort of skin almost.
Oh my, you have 40 Below. Now you can use the ancient ice paths used by our people. But don't try walking on them as anything else. That'd just be stupid.
So, it's showing you sort of all the ice paths you can use. That one splits into two. Don't take the left path. The left path is really tricky. As you see, they both go to the same place. So this first one, they sort of give you a nice easy one with edges, so you can't fall off it. It's basically a little practice one for you to do.
Major ruin.
Stop for a quick shot whilst I'm here.
Is there something?
By Flex's skim. There you go. There should be another elemental fruit just underneath the village, so it's sort of hidden at the end of one of those icy path things. So now you've got 40 Below. It's simple enough. It's an easy path. Just sort of keep your aim straight, don't go flying off the edges. There you go. Nice free fruit. Now if you sort of continue on the other side, there should be a stone chest. And there you go, there's your next fruit. Just doing my usual quick check for any fruit in the trees so you don't have to. Try and sort of give you a view of the paths. It's kind of a bit tricky from this angle actually. You can sort of see the left one there is horribly skinny. To be fair, if I turn into 40 Below, that'll sort of make them a bit more visible to you. I'm not sure if that helps at all, but they basically will lead down into the Snow Temple. is the route to Flex's Shadow Well. Sort of, you've already tackled this wall once before, just try and avoid the squishy bugs. It's just so annoying. But sometimes it is just inevitable. So the first time we did this we didn't have 40 below, so we weren't able to use the nice icy path. As you see, they've just nicely lit up for you. Just don't take the left-hand path. I can do it, but it's a lot more effort. So just stick to the right-hand side, they both end up in the same place. Make sure you really slow down for this because it's a little bit skinnier. And there you go, you've made it into the little pool thing, which also, sort of on the edge of it, should have the final sign for the mystery fruit quest. So if I just sort of swim over to the other edge, you have to use Flex to get out, and Flex, he is a water type, so he can sort of skid across the water, which is kind of cool. I think the sign is up on the next bit, so you can use him to sort of settle yourself up there. And there is one more, which will then take you to the entrance to the Snow Temple. The final sign is just there. There we go. Get a nice free fruit out of it. I have a funny feeling if we take this ice path, there is another fruit around the corner. So this one's quite a simple one, it's not as tricky as the one you used to get into the Snow Temple. So, there we go, nice fruit on a stalk.
Flex. 40 below.
It is worth upgrading 40 below Spirit up, because you use him a lot in the Snow Temple and it just gets frustrating when his Spirit bar isn't full. I should quickly heal myself a little bit, so use the Eye of Restoration. I will come back to the other eyes because there is still the Eye of Protection and the Eye of Strength to get hold of. And I think I should be able to cover the Eye of Protection in this video.
Uncle Yeros won't last long in a desolate place like this. We must reach the top of the Snow Temple and save him from the clutches of Queen Thyra.
I don't really have to explain these bits to you, but by now you'll be a pro at it. Yeah, just sort of aim, sort of grab, release. You can do it either this way or by climbing up the ice wall with Chiller. I prefer doing the route with Flex just because it's faster, but it is personal preference. Here you've got some walrusy type guy. Just quickly switch back to the Eye of Spirit. You need to basically free his chains and he'll help you break through to the next bit. So aim for the sort of giant gold padlocks, and as soon as you free him, some trolls are going to come out and they're going to try and kill him and you. The sort of deep blue's always helpful, just because it quickly extinguishes the little fire type guys. If you can, try and use the whirlpool or dragpool move, or just use one that doesn't have any sort of splashbacks. You don't want to damage the walrus guy because he is helping you. You can sort of see his health bar on the left hand side. Now these guys, you're meant to sort of stand and spear from the bottom, but it can be really awkward. So I find that actually it's easier to sort of nip around the back. I'm just sort of proving a point here by showing that they're just hitting me and the walrus over and over again. And so to top it off, Queen Thyra there, she's going to unleash various ice spikes in the ground to sort of try and hit you. So whenever you see little shadows appear on the ground, just move out of the way. So I do need to get rid of the archers before they do too much damage to my walrus. So sort of break a box, keep running away from the ice box so I can keep doing it. Oh, good, he's broken down the gate for me. Just very quickly. Sort of just because they're archers you can destroy them in one go. I don't know why, but you know, I'll take it as a perk. If you can, you want to try and get ahead of him, because there is a troll further up that will just keep shooting him if you fail to sort of address it. You'll have to use 40 below to destroy those bugs, but we'll come back to that in a minute. She says now they've just run away, so sort of trench myself after them and get rid of as many as I can, because I'm not going to catch up annoyingly. So basically that's a lesson of what not to do. So get rid of this first bunch here. And then I need to go after that troll before he hits too many cannons at the walrus guy. Again. There you go, he is dead. Sort of prepared for the next set of bugs.
Major ruin.
So in this bit you sort of have some normal trolls to defeat, and you will also have a couple of these shield trolls. But I will address that as and when. I mean, it's up to you how you destroy these guys. I'm just sort of playing around with 40 below just, you know, because. When you're bored of them, just use someone like Chiller or Ash to destroy them. And you're going to need Flex for this guy with the shield. Right, first off, I need to get rid of these guys. So easiest way of doing this is the Incinerator move. So press LT and RT and then press it again. They'll destroy it nice and quickly. And now you have the shield guys. So basically, I'm just going to get that out of the way, it's quite annoying. When the shield starts glowing, grab it, sort of tackle them one at a time rather than both at the same time. Because I've tried doing that, and all that happens is they both just get their shields back. So that's one down, one to go. If they catch you, you will freeze. So, yeah, like that. And you basically either have to wait to defrost, or he'll hit you enough times that you will just break free. There you go. So snatch the shield off when it's glowing, set fire to him, try and be consistent just so that he doesn't get shield back. Oh, see, now he's got it back just in time there. So snatch off again, rinse, repeat, and there we go, and the door's been opened for us. So this is much like before, you need to free the walrus. Ideally try and sort of dispatch all the trolls on the ground first because they can hurt him. Which it does always seem like an impossible ask, doesn't it? I like to use sort of the quickest ones, so sometimes Chiller, sometimes Ash. But you see his health bars appear, so I need to get him free of that chain quickly. Now he's free of those, the archers will appear. But again, you need to just dispatch them very, very fast. so you've got to make sure the trolls on the floor are all dead as well. So nice and easy. It's important that the bombers are destroyed first, because the bombs obviously hurt a lot more than an arrow. And sometimes you just have to sort of keep moving around to get the right angle. It seems to be, as soon as you hit them the first time, they sort of take a step back, and it's almost like they don't want to be hit. So once you've got the first one, just keep adjusting your angle, and you should eventually get all of them. The archers are gone, they're going to sort of send these ice trolls out. If you can catch them in an incinerator, that's ideal, because it gets rid of them quickly, but failing that you just use Inferno. Try and get rid of them before they do too much damage to the walrus, because obviously you need him to knock down this gate and the gate at the end. Again, try and get ahead of him, because there will be trolls up here trying to shoot him. So quickly get rid of this guy. Right, so you'll notice this one, there's sort of basically a big powder keg just underneath him. Aim for that, it's easier. Got to make sure you destroy these guys first. These guys are much more deadly than the bugs. And these bugs jump as well, which is very, very annoying. So I'll show you a bit better how to deal with the bugs from this angle, because that was all a bit sort of rushed. As soon as they reach you, they then jump. So basically, move backwards as soon as they reach you, because you're not going to catch them in the first bit. And there you go, he's broken open the next door for you. If you can see here, you keep getting bashed with those annoying ice spikes. You can deal with those trolls if you want. There'll also be some of your soldiers and some of the normal trolls on the bridge fighting, so if you want the extra points, yeah, sure, go for it. But it doesn't make too much of a difference to the level.
Ruin.
She's annoyed because you've basically got to the last part of the level. So once we get through this bit, that basically takes you to the boss battle with her, Queen Thyra. Much the same as before, sort of the normal ones with shields, avoid getting frozen like I have just there. All those ones in the middle of the rooms, they're just statues, they're not going to come to life. There you go, it's starting to glow, need to grab hold of that and set fire to him. Oh, there you go, he's dealt with. Oh, this troll is really annoying me. Stop hitting me. Right, so, one more to go. Let's move that out of the way. Quickly grab the shield, turn back to Ash. Like, realistically, Ash is the only one that can defeat him. Right, there you go, that's unlocked the way to the final boss battle. So I'll just stand here, wait for the restoration to fill my health bar back up. So for this last bit, you are going to need Chiller,
Below.
and you are going to need 40 below. That's it, you don't need anyone else.
Major ruin.
I mean, you can use Major Ruin if you want to slow dash about, but you don't need him. Right, move back to the Eye of Spirit, because that's handy in every boss battle, as I'm sure you're aware by now.
Eros is held helplessly inside.
What you have to do is you have to use Chiller to basically pierce her eyes.
On the ice.
You can only do it when the eyes are open. When they're closed, it's just basically just keep aiming and eventually you'll hit one. And once you've done that, you turn it to 40 below, do your little snowball spinny thing. So it's the LT and RT triggers, and then the RT trigger, I believe. And keep sort of smashing the balls until they've all fallen off the edge. Try and avoid hitting these spikes. Like, yes, they do smash, but they also hurt you. So each time I hit one, you'll notice that my health bar goes down. But all the eyes are off the edge, which means she's come back for round 2, basically. And keep hitting all the eyes until she runs out. Oh, this one's just being evasive. I'll try and do it from a different angle. Sometimes being far away can help, until she runs up to you and slams into the floor, but hey hey. Just basically move away from this Kameo again, she's sort of the most agile. It's tricky because you put to sort of dirt before she then runs over to you. So that's a very good angle. There we go. Finally got there. Right, so for this last eye, you don't need to chase it off the edge, it will just fall off the edge by itself, and she'll be left with one giant eye. After she's thrown all these spikes, which is really annoying. But yep, the last eye will eventually fall off, and she'll open that eye. And again, basically the aim is you need to knock it off the edge. But at the moment, it's gone all spiky. So keep staying away from it whilst keeping it as far away from it as possible. Because if the eye turns squidgy and goes back into the socket basically, it pops back in and you have to start the whole process again. So it doesn't matter if you go over the edge with it, just that's the main thing. Just send the eye over the edge in the squishy mode, not in the spiky mode. Because the spiky mode, it will just hurt you. Yep, there we go. We've defeated Queen Thyra.
You were incredible, Kameo. Marvelous, in fact. You are as tried and true as they come.
Oh, Uncle Yaros, but where do I come from?
Ah, so you finally know the truth.
Only that I was adopted.
You must have a million questions, and I wish I could answer them all. Unfortunately, not even we are completely sure of your origins.
You must know something.
It was long ago, but I will tell you what I remember. Solon mysteriously left one day without telling anyone where or why he was going, and as you know, was never seen again. Several days after his disappearance, we heard Callus screaming from the gardens. What had given the child such a fright? Nothing less than 5 elemental sprites carrying a tiny baby. It was clear they were all that was left of Solon's elemental warriors, and we instantly knew a horrible fate had befallen him. The only thing that kept Thena from losing her mind that instant was that clutched in the baby's perfect little hand. Your hand was Solon's most prized possession, the element of power. Your mother took it as a sign, and from that moment onward, you were Kameo, daughter of Solon.
So I was part of whatever happened to Solon.
Assuredly. Not that we know much about that either. The mystic told us that Solon was simply ambushed by Thorn's warlords, and sure enough, when the armies tracked the 7 culprits down, they had the whatnot in their possession. But I have always had my suspicions. It seems too coincidental that both Solon and Thorn vanished without trace at nearly the same time. And now that I think about it, how did the mystic miss the fact that the warlords held several of the elemental sprites? Not to mention... oh, forgive me. You have more pressing things to do than listen to the paranoid ramblings of an old man. Though there is one thing I do know for sure. Your mother would want you to have this.
Snare.
Only one more shadow troll to hunt down, and the whatnot will be full.
Yes. And my intuition tells me that the last of them is somewhere in the ogre's swamp.
Just tell me how to get there, and I'll finish Thorn once and for all.
The swamp's exact location is hidden. But if you head to the Forgotten Forest Glade and use your warriors to seek out new routes, I'm confident you will find a way.
Basically here, he's told you that yes, the mystic is a bit shifty, and everyone starts to suspect her. Which, again, I told you sort of at the very beginning of one of my first videos, that she does things that you start going, that's a bit unusual. And it's all very self-motivated, and there is the logic that she's been playing everyone off each other, which I will explain in my final video. You see we've got Snare here, and gifted to you by Yaros. So give him all his little fancy upgrades. Whilst we're here, I'll show you all the skins that you can get. Very Christmassy one. My favourite one is the snake one, to be honest. The cobra one. Hang on, I'll pop it back on. There you go. Got a proper little look at it. It's just because it's kind of cool. Now, before we do the final elemental warrior, I will show you the ice tower, sort of just off the throne room, because this one has lots of fruit in it, and it also has the Eye of Protection. so which is one of the crystallized that's it's best if you want to protect yourself. It's my least favourite of the 4, but you know, it wouldn't be a tutorial if I didn't teach you how to get all of them. There it is. So there's a woman around here on the floor, and she's managed to lose all her children, and they're sort of frozen at various points in the tower, which sort of I will go up and show you each of. First off, on the first couple of levels, there is some fruit around here somewhere. So there's the first one. I'm just going to sort of explore each little bit because you don't want to sort of do this more than once.
Hey you! I'm not kidding around now. My kids are trapped somewhere in this tower, and if someone doesn't bring them back, I'm gonna start busting heads!
So there's the angry woman.
Hey you! Hey you! I'm not kidding around.
Keep trying to talk to her, that's a bit clumsy. But yeah, so go back up my little path, and we'll basically defrost lots of ice and find fruit and apparently children. If you keep doing the hop and rush moves, it'll take you over here. And that should have some fruit in it. There we go. So you just sort of follow this along, try and avoid the squishy bugs. Although, if there was an award for the most falls, I would definitely get it. Okay, so the first child is within this ice block. There you go. From memory, she has 3 children, so it's 1 on each level. Right, so I'll just leave the first one, just need to start again. So use chiller, sort of climb up there. I'm just having to think about where I want to go. No, I do want to go left. Honestly, those bugs are such a nuisance. Sometimes you can't avoid them. As long as you sort of grab back onto the ice quickly, you're normally pretty sort of solid. Don't do it on a skinny bit like that though, because it doesn't end well. Right, so we've made it up onto the second level. Get some fruit cones here. Nice free fruit. Oh, there's loads of fruit in this run. So between this and the side quest. So the next child should be in that block of ice over there. I can actually make it past the bugs. Right, there it is. Second one done. Right, so to pick up the eye protection.
Good grief! It's one of the fabled crystal eyes. I thought all of those had been destroyed, but for once I'm glad to be wrong. Legend has it that when they were equipped through the Whatnot book, the elves would gain amazing abilities in combat. It'll be well worth hunting all of them down if you can. You can equip them on the Whatnot status page.
Right, let's dash up the third bit and rescue the next child. Right, with this bit, you want to make sure you're on the very left when you drop, because you see the wall runs out there. This seems to be exactly where you want to be. There we go, we've made it to the top level. So there should be the final child up on this level. In this battle of the bugs, which the bugs seem to be winning, and that should be the final one. There we go. So he's going to ask to his mum, and she should give you a fruit, which is worth 3 fruits because it's a side quest thing.
Oh, my babies, at last! Let's get out of here before anything else happens. Here, you can have this, I guess.
Just remember, burn all the ice up here, because you don't really want to be doing the journey more than once. Now there's a reward, you get a nice free skin for Chilla. Which I prefer to the other skins, to be honest. It's quite a nice one.
Check your current objective in
So
this
I'm going to
part of
equip
the
that now.
book.
Oh! You startled me. I didn't expect to see anyone else up this high. I'm here to uncover the lost civilization beneath the ice.
Right, so for a tip to get back down, is there's one where there's sort of like holes going all the way down, and if you jump down this hole, you've got to make sure it's this one, not any other one, you'll go all the way down to the bottom floor. Just keep pulling that RT, just keep clicking it over and over again, and you'll just go all the way down to the bottom without falling flat on your face. So, you know, nice little hack for you. Go grab the fruit from my side quest. Now, in the throne room, one of these pots contains a fruit, and the only way you can break them is either with major ruins of dash, so this, or the final warrior called Thermite, but I will get on to rescuing him in my next video. See, there's the fruit.
You! Status report!
Hey there. These shields are heavy.
Life's too short.
Gonna do a quick side quest while I'm here. So this guy, basically his plants are all dry and they need a good water. And obviously, you know, you can do that with is Deep Blue, and he'll give you 3 fruit for doing that.
Oh, that's amazing. The plants look back to their old selves already. I don't know how to thank you, but maybe this elemental fruit can help you along.
One day, I'll be a hero too.
You won't catch this!
Alright, so this guy, he's basically a little quiz master kind of thing. And as long as you follow the order that I give you,
why not put your
then
money where your
he will
mouth
give you a
is
fruit
and
as
see
a
if
prize,
you really
basically.
know what's going on? Lucky
It's
guess.
7. I mean, if you count them all up, then, you know.
Lucky guess.
7, 5, no, I think it's 8.
Lucky guess.
Yeah. And 5 again, I think,
Lucky
yeah.
guess.
It's...
Lucky
that's
guess.
a tricky one, I remember that one. And Bluster doesn't have any children, he's just the guy that moves the boxes around opposite the Chamber of Living Portraits. And there you go, it gives you a fruit. Although he's not particularly happy about it, which is quite funny.
Your mother knew in her heart that you'd be the kingdom's best chance for peace. So make her proud, Kameo.
You sort of see there that Lenyu's back in her little pod. I don't remember if you'd noticed before, but before you rescue them, they basically sit as shadows inside those pods. So yeah, it's nice to have all 3 of the ancestors back.
I can't give you a discount.
I didn't have enough money the first time I did this, so I can finally buy all the fruits and the elixir of life.
I won't give up so easily.
No need to be like that.
Be careful out there.
Because the warrior trainer's in the Badlands now, you can sort of ask as a little apprentice in here if you need any help with extra information.
You've come to the right place.
Personally, it's a bit of a
plenty
waste
of
of money,
rooms,
but
yeah?
if you're curious
We all
about
have to
these
make a
things,
living.
yeah, you can just pay her sort of a little bit of money and you can buy some information about any of those. So we've got to head back to the Forgotten Forest, which is where the final Shadow Troll is, and we'll also be able to get a couple of the final fruits that we weren't able to get to before. So there's someone's house that's blocked up that you'll need thermite, who we don't have yet, to basically blow up, and then he gives you a fruit. And there will be a fruit hanging in the Beetlefield branch, which I will come to sort of in a minute. So if you come in here, the warrior trainer will be in here.
How are you? Hey!
Warrior trainer? Hey, maybe you can help us. We're trying to get to the ogre's swamp.
Hey, it sounds familiar. I'm sure I did know a way in. But I can't quite remember. My mind must be failing me.
Well, we don't have time to jog your pumpkin-addled memory. Think!
There's a jukebox over there that the customers can use at night. If you play my favorite tune, the one that reminds me of the old days, I'm sure it'll help me remember.
Good grief. Well, Kameo, if we want to find the ogre's swamp, I suppose we have to oblige him.
Right, so his favourite tune is the one called Precious Memories. As I've just shown you in the quiz, it's £5 to play that, 5 runes. And he'll then help you get into the ogre's swamp.
Now I remember. These tiny creatures will help you get to the ogre's swamp. Good luck.
Make sure to come and see us.
Those look like magmites. I thought they were extinct. Well, they can stick to certain surfaces, like the target over that door.
Interesting reaction.
All right.
Keep the noise down! Quit hogging it!
Snare, it's a long way.
Right, so what you have to do is you pick these things up in your mouth. There they are, little things. It gives you some instructions there. There you go. So your LT and RT, route yourself to the spot, backwards, forwards, and then you basically fling it. So that's sort of a mini demo. Let's try and actually do it this time. So you've routed, swing backwards and forwards, and then as you swing forwards, then you release it.
Magmites are explosive, so if you strike them hard enough, you might be able to detonate them.
Right, so you turn into Chiller, and you strike them, and that will open the door for you. And you stay tuned, and in my next video I will rescue Thermite and tell you how to tackle Thorn's Pass. Until next time, bye!